Hello friends, this is Barbie Daly with Rural Life in the Valley. I'm so glad you're here today. Thank you for joining me for another fun challenge. I'm joining Gina with Perfectly Imperfect Crafts by Gina for a tin can design challenge where we alter a tin can and occasionally another container to make something fun or useful. So here I am. I have two cans and I painted them with chalk paint. And then I have this beautiful napkin, a harvest napkin with a blue truck with pumpkins in it, and I have Mod Podged it. I have also added a bit of twine on the bottom, and this is a very rustic look. And what it is going to be is a napkin holder at a table setting. So can you imagine a rustic table setting with a fun little container to hold all of your silverware, your utensils? So I had a lot of fun putting this together. Doing Mod Podge on a round container is not always easy, but this one turned out fairly well, I would say. So I hope you like this. Now stay tuned for the next DIY. Now for my second DIY, this is not a tin can, but it is a recycled container. I think it held protein powder at one time. Now I made this maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and I use it every day, and it has worked fabulously for me. So can you guess what it is? I don't think you ever have a clue. In fact, my husband was looking for what is underneath that, and he looked right at it. He had no clue. And I've had it, like I said, 3 or 4 years, but he uses a different bathroom. I store it in the bathroom. So let me tell you a little bit how I made it, and then I will explain what it is. So this is a container here. It is turned upside down. I made the stripes using masking tape, and the color was it's chalk paint, the cream chalk paint from Waverly, and a pretty blue, which I don't have that any longer. I used most of it up and it dried up. I'm sure they still have it, but I just don't have the name. And then I put the pretty sparkly beads that you get from Dollar Tree. You know, I cut 2 strands here, and then down here I cut 3 strands and glued them on with hot glue. I put a little Dollar Tree flower here. The flower I actually painted possibly with that color. They might have been blue first, but I did paint them over with chalk paint. And then I put this glitterific pop on here. I just did this before filming. I'd had some spots on it from use, and so I thought the sparkle would be pretty, and I will go ahead and take this apart and show you. Then this flower up here was another flower from Dollar Tree. It could have been a rose, I don't remember, but I painted it with the cream chalk paint, and then I used like a milk cap for a milk bottle for part of the lid, and put the gems around it. I did have another top, but it broke off and I couldn't find it, so I used this, which is, I just glued it today, so I don't want to hold it up right now, but it's one of those little plastic communion cups that you get at a communion service at church. So, okay, are you ready for the big reveal? Do you have any guesses as to what it is? If you do, write it in the comments right now. Okay, here we go. Ta-da! It is a toothbrush holder, and it does hold the electric toothbrush. It does hold the electric toothbrush and the tube of toothpaste. And then what I made here in the back for the cord, let's see, trying to get that the right way. I just cut a little nick in the tube so that the cord could go in the back, and then it can be plugged in. So I will remove my toothbrush. I'm sure you don't care to see that. And so for a little bit closer look, I'm filming this differently. The stand is actually taller than me right now so that it will fit everything in. But you can see the sparkle from the glitter if it pop. And here's the gems, here's the flower that I painted and put the sparkles on that. Here's the little notch that I carved out to put the, it just pushes up like that to put the cord up. And then for the top, I just took the petals off apart from the flower, painted it, and then I glued them on the top. So this is what it looks like. Now I do have to say, after I made this, I was going to make another one, and this container, they shrunk it. I went back and the item that I bought, it might have been collagen powder, but that shrunk in size, and now they're only about that tall. So you do have to make sure that you get one tall enough to fit that. And if you can't find one that tall, then I think that you could maybe build up on the bottom with something. I'm not really sure. But anyway, I hope you like my DIY. I really use it every day. It sits in my bathroom and it looks very pretty. And like I said, my husband was looking for my toothbrush holder or something. I think I said, well, it's by my toothbrush, and he went in the bathroom to find my toothbrush, but he couldn't find it. Even though that had been in my bathroom for 3 or 4 years, he still had no clue. So go figure. But I hope you enjoyed this and my other tin can design for my utensil holder. And this was really fun, and I want to thank Gina so much for putting this all together. And I hope you have a wonderful day or evening wherever in the world you are. Thank you. Bye-bye.